のエルディア帝国を救えるのはお前しかいない。エレン・イェーガー。
Let's face it, anime can sometimes get pretty long at times, especially when it comes to long-standing shonen series like Naruto or One Piece, where there are more seasons than one can even keep track of. For the convenience of remembering exactly what goes down in the main plot line, we have gotten used to addressing certain periods within a story's timeline as an arc, and throughout anime history, there have been some anime arcs that are universally considered to be legendary by the masses. So let's check which of these arcs are the best, shall we? Right off the bat, we are starting with an arc that is considered by many to be a turning point of Gintama. It is definitely a strange sight to see an anime that revels in its comedic tropes to suddenly switch to a more dramatized, serious style within this new arc. As the name itself suggests, the Shogun assassination arc is centralized around Shogun's intended death, and you are left to explore whether he is really dead or not. With a clever approach when it comes to the handing of the plot, as well as intense use of drama, it is sure to keep you at the edge of your seat as you go through it. The biggest appeal of this arc comes from a source that many did not expect, and that is the action. Shunen is a genre that is known for well-executed action scenes, and Gintama did not disappoint in the Shogun assassination arc as well. Each fight was nail-biting as the stakes kept growing higher and higher. The use of drama is so intense that his arc single-handedly proved to the world that the series creator, Hideaki Sorachi, can show more than just comedy through his work.
やっぱりお前は。さあ。まず白ひげだ。
One Piece in itself is quite the long show, and it is a safe claim to make that its fans will stick by it until the very end. However, this particular arc is special for multitudes of reasons. After all, we get to see a war take place with the involvement of all the strong figures of the world of One Piece. Ace's execution caused the combined force of Luffy, the Whitebeard pirates, and its allies to take on the world government head-on. This arc revealed a couple of things that end up being integral for the future. Luffy's acquisition of the Conqueror's Haki was one of these such things, as it shocked many in the battlefield. However, nothing made this arc more badass than the way Whitebeard handled himself during the entire war. The proclamation he gives out with his dying breath ends up inspiring even new generations of pirates to take up sail. Whitebeard, in his dying breath, reassuring the masses that the One Piece does exist, literal chills. Ah, the most legendary arc of the Dragon Ball franchise, and it's the one that many believe to have shaped it to what it has become today. Its perfection is so appreciated that some to this day believe that it should have ended here. The main reason why the Cell Saga is so appreciated by the masses is due to it introducing new concepts that ended up sticking with Dragon Ball for a long time. For example, time travel, especially with the arrival of Future Trunks. However, what really made this arc shine is the expansion of the Super Saiyan transformations, taking something that is already beyond cool and making it better. Also, it is undeniable that Vegeta, Piccolo, and Gohan went through significant character development during this arc, especially with how Gohan ended up being the first to achieve Super Saiyan 2. Gohan's fight against Cell to this day is considered an iconic moment in Dragon Ball history. Bleach is an anime that is beloved by many. There's a reason why it's a part of the holy trinity of Shunen alongside Naruto and One Piece. While the agent of the Shinigami arc managed to do a good job setting up the world of Bleach while introducing the core concepts behind the series, it is not until the widely acclaimed Soul Society arc that we get to see the inner workings as well as integral figures of the core of it all. After all, each new episode ended up introducing to us interesting characters as well as how they connect into this world. 近いか Did we forget to mention that Ichigo goes through a tremendous transformation during this arc? We get to see our favorite orange-haired protagonists take on foes that are unthinkably strong, like Captain Kenpachi, Zaraki, and Captain Byakuya Kuchiki. However, this arc is also known for its iconic end, where they immediately throw out all your expectations by revealing Aizen's true self to everybody.
でもダメダメ。
Up next, we have an arc coming from another well-known shonen anime. It is safe to say that the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter is one of the most loved anime arcs of all time, due to its dark and compelling tone switch along with amazing battles. Of course, there are some downsides to it as well, as the whole arc itself is pretty lengthy with 60 episodes to go through, but with the new elements, characters, and story they are bringing into the table, it is somewhat justified, and we can assure you that it will be a wild ride in the long run. While the arc comes along with quite the lengthy dialogue and story, the amazing battle scenes along with impeccable art direction and music makes up for everything. Ah, the Invasion of Pain arc. This arc managed to single-handedly shift the tone of the series in one go. With the death of Jiraiya setting a somber tone at the start of this particular arc, things only get harder from here. We get to see him train in the sage arts, acquire new powers, and attempt to arrive in the village in time, only to find his beloved Hidden Leaf village blown to bits, and many people in his life dead or beaten to the ground. No other arc had set the stakes up quite as high as this one, and that is due to its amazingly written antagonist, Nagato. Of course, there were other significant turning points here. That's the grand reveal that the one and only Minato Namikaze is indeed Naruto's father. With amazing reveals like that and action like no other, it is no surprise that this arc is universally loved.
神羅転生。
ないで。オールマイト。お願い。助けて。
As one of the most noteworthy and well-established shonen anime of our era, My Hero Academia made waves ever since its first season was aired. However, the tensions never really rose as high until we reached this particular arc. After all, the League of Villains went as far as to kidnap one of the students during their escape as well. This arc is special due to how it shows the students from UA High finally taking matters to their own hands in order to rescue their classmates. However, the moment that made this entire arc what it is still remains as one of the most iconic moments of My Hero Academia to date. All Might's final struggle against All for One was one that showcased the entire world of All Might's true state. But what makes a hero true was truly shown as he ends up persevering even through the dire consequences, and the baton was properly passed to our protagonist, Midoriya. It is safe to say that this anime is one that many consider to be one of the best to ever exist. This particular arc itself is one of the reasons as to why it is considered to be so. The Promised Day arc is where many of the things that the series had hinted at from the very beginning finally fit together like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. As a mind-boggling conclusion to a shonen anime that is considered a cut above the rest, generalizing the plot would simply make no sense. However, know that a good time awaits you if you decide to give this series as a whole a shot. The anime that managed to make number 2 on our list is considered to be so complicated that there are no official arcs within it. However, as the community had looked into it, they decided to take certain steps to create unofficial arcs in order to keep track of what goes on in the world of Code Geass. In this particular case, the Zero Requiem arc includes everything from episode 22 to episode 25. Oh? Without spoiling too much from potentially one of the greatest anime to ever exist, we can safely say that the Zero Requiem arc ends up building up to essentially provide for us one of the best anime endings of all time.
お前が大嫌いだった。
As of the time of writing this video, there are only 3 episodes out of this arc, and already it has grown to an arc that is unpredictable in nature, as well as twisting the very fabric of what is already established within the Attack on Titan universe. Because of this alone, we will absolutely refrain from spoiling anything related to this arc, but do walk in expecting the ride of your life, because as of now, it is looking like it is going to be the biggest anime of 2021. Well, at least for now. With this season aiming to be the finale, things are building up to a point where the climax is going to be huge. It is also apparent that this is no longer the Eren you knew from the previous seasons, and that alone will keep you on your toes.
お前らと話がしたくてな。
With that, we have reached the end of this video. Did you like the list? If you want me to make more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.